Hi everyone, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. Today's the 8th of June, 2021. It took forever for me to upload yesterday. I could not believe it. There's no doubt retrograde hit me with my Wi-Fi because I just got a new modem. And it was an hour and a half almost long. So I hope you enjoyed it. And let's do a reading for today of what was and what is and or shall be. Today's download. Let me see. If there's anything Spirit wants to say today, so I'm hearing what in your life has ever caused you to have blind faith. And by that, I mean trusting completely and unconditionally in Spirit. This is the vice versa deck, and this is the Tarot Royale deck, okay? So let's get 3 cards, because we cannot do the same an hour and a half reading for sure, especially not with Mercury's retrograde. So my communication took literally almost without any exaggeration, almost, if not 8 hours. Okay, so we have the Empress reversed. We have the 9 of Cups reversed. And we have the Page of Wands, or Knight of Wands, excuse me, reversed. I get them mixed up in this deck. Okay, so everything is reversed. The card that stands out is the knowledge and wisdom that one has attained. Even though she's reversed, she doesn't, when an Empress is reversed, she still sits on a bed of knowledge. I heard bed. She knows her own truth, but she doesn't want to be seen. There's a reason for that. She doesn't want to be seen because, right, she's got this cup of love, and she's not sure if she's taking it anywhere known and or unknown. That's very important to say, because when the Empress knows, when she knows and has information, or she knows who she is, she doesn't need validation. And I'm just reading the cards intuitively, as well as the expression of the card itself. We have the Kundalini rising. Is this an ascension of the Empress? Which is right like this. Is the Empress ascending or astral traveling using the rising of the Kundalini in order to go above, which this, of course, is speaking of what she's been through, right? She's been through. And, you know, on a 3D level, someone who doesn't want to be seen is going through something, right? She is indeed going through something that she doesn't necessarily, obviously with no swords here, isn't talking about. And that's what we call blind faith, right? we have faith in the divine, even though we don't need to be seen, but we do know where we stand and where we sit as a mother, as a nurturer, as as part of Mother Earth, right? She's given so much to others, giving her energy of love from within and without. Now it's without. This is within. Or is it the other way around? It depends on your situation, because when we speak of blind faith, are you walking in blind faith as your external self or your internal self? That can go both ways. Okay? Not needing validation is internal faith. And that's what this Empress is doing and has. She doesn't need to be seen. She has Mother Earth, and she knows who she is. And now we come to the wheel. Knowingly, she comes. As the wheel turns, it's like, okay, wherever this wheel's going to turn, I'm in. And that is what blind faith is. Blind faith is saying, well, whatever happens is going to happen. I mean, how many times, think about it, how many times have you been in a situation where it called for you to have blind faith, and for as many questions as you needed to ask, you still didn't get that confirmation. You didn't get that sense of, okay, now I feel better that I'm not asking, or that I asked and now I feel better that whatever happens, happens. Do you really believe that? Or are those just words coming out of your mouth? Because blind faith and living on faith, with faith from within, causes you to not have any questions whatsoever about when this wheel turns, where you're going to be headed, or what has happened. You know, the worst that could possibly happen in this life that we're all headed for is what society has deemed you to be so afraid of. And that is to have blind faith that we are living a life that ultimately will soar. Your spirit will soar. Your body will disintegrate back into Mother Earth, and you will soar to a new dimension. If anything, and I'm going to say it, if anything, the blind faith should be what karmic ties and or releasing of my lineage or my patterns and behaviors and conditioning can I release, so that when I do rise above and have blind faith, whether it be here on the earth plane or when I leave this earth plane, that I will truly be in complete and utter joy and happiness, because I've done my work. I've been responsible for myself. I haven't needed anyone else to validate me or question anything that I have to give, especially when it comes to love. These 9 cups just came out to 10 of cups. The Page of Cups is holding a cup, as above, so below, right? As above, so below. So can you literally see how easy it is to it's just like pulling these cards. I don't know what cards are going to come out. right? We have no idea. So we blindly pull the cards for our viewers to have and to get more faith. Not necessarily to ask a question if things are going to work out, because they always do. I mean, through the worst case scenarios, right? We've made it still through. And what is the worst case scenario? We don't make it through what? Through the burdens. This is carrying a heavy load. And that's what you have to have blind faith about. Your energy needs to stop carrying the past around like it's your security blanket. Because when you look at rising above and you're still carrying this heavy burden, how can you possibly, truly, how can you possibly ascend to 10 of Cups, right? So think about that. What is this that you're carrying? And if you're gonna look back, how is this wheel going to look in your next offer of love? Offer of love here. You want these 10 of Cups. You have the 9. You're soaring. You've been soaring. But the last cup is the blind faith to drop this along the way. So this wheel can turn. Because everything's going forward except this is going backward. And that's what this means. Take the energy of the past. Kundalini Rising is breaking all those 10 of Wands, the blockages within your spine, from the base to the crown. Drop them. Well, how do I do that? You have to take responsibility for where you've been. You've been able to break through the barriers. You've done it before. This is not your first go around. But you're still a newbie. Why? Because you're a page. Let's get one more card on the 10 of Wands, right? I mean, I just had this, I had to take a deep breath in for this 10 of Wands. See? Do you see how when you're emotionally willing to drop what has left your life, what hasn't, or as you think, or what you deem as what's left my life, right? How can I rise above it? Some of you have been very, this is your security blanket. Others, this is your security blanket. Why do I say that? Because this is the fastest page in the deck. The Page of Wands uses the energy, right, of the spine, which is all of your energetic field in your body. For what? What do you use this energy for? Do you use it for the good? To take responsibility for your life and to give love? Or do you use it to look back upon where you've been? And that's when whatever you put your attention to, it grows, it manifests. So the good news is that if you've been sulking over, right, over a situation, you're almost at the end of it. So in this reading, what was is actually what is. And what is actually what will be. Remember that. So that what will be will now turn itself into what is, which means you drop these wands by using this wand to do it with, which is your all your energy. It's taken all your energy to drop these past indiscretions, blind faith of all the questions that you used to ask for help. To every wand is every ounce of energy that you put forth into thinking that you were going to not make it, but you did. And now you're dropping them all. You're using the strongest of them all, which is every ounce of your own strength. And it's called inner strength, so that the outer strength can drop. Because it has to start from the inside out. See, that's what you and many don't see. What you don't see is that's what blind faith is. It's blindly taking responsibility for your past and energizing your Kundalini to take all that energy and drop these wands that you've been holding as your security blanket. And now take only the wand that you're still holding near and dear, because that's the only one you need to look out into the wild blue yonder, within and without. And then you have a new beginning. Now you can start again. You see, both of these are the full moon. The clouds are lifting. This almost looks like a crescent. So you've been through all of the moon cycles carrying these 10 of wands, right? And now as you go forward and start, the wheel turns and you move forward with only the one wand of a new beginning, right? Of love. So now the 9 merges into the 10. Now the 10 merges into the 1. And now this knowledge of within and without can actually become whatever it is that is next to come. Does that make sense? You might want to listen to that again, because it's really, really important that you don't move forward without dropping these wands through every energetic force that you can possibly muster. Otherwise, the pattern repeats itself. The conditioning, the behavioral ways of our thoughts, our feelings, the way we go about doing things. That's what's been holding you back. And it's the conditioning that we've grown up with, the conditioning that you see out there, not in here. So believe in yourself that you can actually drop those wands by doing the work. Nonetheless, you have to do the work. Okay. Have a great day. And if you need me, I'm here. I'm sending you much love.